So many golfers out there suffer from inflammation. They tend to pop anti-inflammatories like they're candy. Over the course of time, that wreaks havoc on your system, be it on your liver that has to process all that medicine. It can wreak havoc on your gut, depending which one you're using. And most of those are caused from a faulty diet, which in many, of course, will affect your gut. And your gut, out of your gut comes poor health, too much inflammation throughout your body, which leads to more pain, and the cycle just seems to continue. And one of the biggest detriments, one of the biggest culprits in all that is sugar. And I spent about the last 6 months to year working on my diet with Dr. Michael Hollis, who was a guest on the Golf 360 podcast. And for those of you who want to listen to what Doc Hollis has to say about diet, hormone balances, and so forth, I will put a link to that podcast down below. But Dr. Hollis helped me really eliminate sugar from my diet. And through the course of that process, I learned of a number of different alternatives that can really help you kick the sugar habit, yet still enjoy that sweet tasting palate that maybe you've developed over a lifetime, yet not have the ill and negative effects to your body, to your mental clarity, to your endurance, to your training, etc. So I've gone over one or two of these in the past in other videos, but now that I have a much more expanded variety, so to speak, because I've used and utilized all these, I just want to share them with you for other people out there who would like to improve their health, let it improve their game, and so on. So one of the most common is Stevia. This has become more and more popular lately. They come in, usually comes in a box such as this. They come in packaged just the same way that sugar does. And what I have found is that in the Stevia and the monk fruit and the swerve and everything I'm going to go over today, the conversion ratio of sweetness is about equal, so about 1 to 1. So if your recipe or your coffee calls for 1 tablespoon of sugar, you would use 1 tablespoon equivalent of any of these sweeteners. The Stevia is a granulated version, as is one of my favorites in the granular is Lakanto's monk fruit. Monk fruit just seems to blend better with my taste. I highly recommend that you try different versions, be it the Stevia, the monk fruit, or the swerve that we'll go over in a minute. Again, all of them have different flavors. You're going to gravitate towards one over the other, just personal preference. I have not found any nutritional difference between any of them. Some other things that monk fruit makes is they make a baking sweetener, and they also make a powdered sugar alternative. So if you like to do some baking, you can utilize these instead of sugar. You'll get the same sweet taste. Again, the same effect. Keep the ratio at 1 to 1, and it will turn out just as you'll have a hard time telling the difference between your favorite dessert made with a monk fruit or a Stevia and what was once made with sugar. Another one that I found recently is called Swerve. They also come in the granulated version. And what I really like about them is they make a brown sugar version. So for some of you who like to have brown sugar on top of your oatmeal, you like to include brown sugar in your rubs if you're doing barbecue or in your baking and or your cooking, this Swerve brown sugar alternative is really, really good. I've used this quite a bit in my barbecue experience, and it's really come out great. Another brown sugar alternative is Sucre and Gold. This one I got on Amazon. This one's some really good stuff. Very, very difficult to tell the difference between this and actual brown sugar. Now, Swerve also makes some pre-mixed desserts, so to speak. This one happens to be chocolate chip. All you have to do with these pre-mixed, you mix in this one a little bit of milk, a little bit of vanilla, and some melted butter into the mixture. Whip it all together, stick in the oven, and 10-15 minutes later you come out with your chocolate chip cookies. These are really, really good. I've made these a number of times. Very difficult to tell the difference between this and, let's say, your conventional store-bought cookies, but of course without any sugar and limited net carb, usually 1 to 2 grams, much, much healthier alternative. Now, Swerve also makes a chocolate cake and they make a vanilla cake. Again, pre-mixed, no sugar, about 2 net grams of carbs per serving, and just as palate friendly as you can imagine. Lakanto also has a pre-mixed version. They have a brownie mix. They also have a chocolate chip mix. They have a kind of a shortbread cookie mix. And these are really good too. Again, the good thing with these is no sugar, low net carbs. Usually utilizes either coconut and or almond flour instead of conventional flour. Now, if you like to do some more baking, you like to do your own chocolate chips, what I found out is Lakanto recently, or at least in my area, came out with their own monk fruit sweetened chocolate chips. These are really good. I've made plenty of batches of chocolate chip cookies with those. And then if you tend to like the stevia flavor, if that's your flavor of choice, you can use a brand called Lily's. Now these are the semi-sweet Lily's chocolate chips. They also have dark chocolate, milk chocolate, vanilla chips, and butterscotch for some of those who like to make their blondies. This stuff is really, really good and very difficult to tell the difference between that and traditional sugar. And then what I found recently, these are really, really good. These are called fat snacks. These are keto-friendly cookies. They are gluten-free. They are 2 net grams of carbs. They come 7 to a box. They run about $8, so it's about $1 a cookie. Also made with coconut flour, so you have the limited ingestion of conventional flour. And they come in a variety of flavors. This one's the chocolate chip. They have a double chocolate chip here. They have a lemon flavor. They have a peanut butter flavor. And of course, this time of year, they have pumpkin flavor. Now, if you want to read on some of these things, I will put the links down below so that it makes it much easier. You can find almost all of these at any of your local and or box chain grocery stores. And of course, if you can't find them there, Amazon is a great alternative, or you can just pull up the company and order it directly from them. Cost is very effective, a little bit more than sugar, but much, much healthier alternative for you. If you want to read a little bit more about nutrition, I'd highly recommend Robert Yang's Hole-in-One Nutrition, A Guide to Fueling Better Golf. Robert's got a lot of great information in here. Talks about sugar being the white devil, consuming enough water and things like that, and just a great, great read that you're going to get a lot out of. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope through experimentation you can find which one of these sugar alternatives works best for you. If you like this video and found it informative, we'd love you to click the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel to get more information on health and nutrition, on training, clubs, repair, design, and of course the swing, you can subscribe right over here. If you've utilized some of these things and you've had great experience with them, feel free to post it in the comments below. And if you use some other alternatives for sugar, we'd love to hear about those as well. Please don't forget to post that down below. And as always, thank you for tuning in and watching another one of our videos.